Rune Slayer is here. The Deep-Woken Killer is back after months of hiatus. And after this sort of new strategy that TypeSoul has created, where you make a shitty game, you like play it out for a couple months, right? And then instead of just add new content as you go, you close the game, talk about revamping it, and oh, it's gonna be TypeSoul 2.0. In this case, Rune Slayer 2.0. You re-release it to build hype, you continue the cycle. Unfortunately, the game has already fallen under controversy. If you know the YouTuber Balboa, this kind of started with him. It's sort of the Balboa effect, you know, game drops, drama ensues, Balboa talks about the drama, Balboa gets banned, Balboa makes a video, clip farm, milks it till the end of the earth, repeat the process. That was like the TypeSoul meta. This is now the Rune Slayer meta that he has perfected. It starts with a couple issues with the developers, and then a couple issues he has with the community manager, Zookle. Starting with the developers, one of them got, I guess, exposed saying slurs like the hard R in a Deep-Woken guild Discord, which, look, to be genuinely honest, you shouldn't say those kind of things. Simultaneously, and I think a lot of people agree with me, if they're like saying something crazy in a private setting, and they're not in any way like talking about that in public or sort of like encouraging children or encouraging their audience to hold those views, like realistically, who cares that one of the developers said a slur in private, in the private Discord of a different game like a year and a half ago? Who really cares about that? Is it bad? Yeah, of course it's bad. You should never say that kind of hateful shit. Simultaneously, are we for real? Like, are we gonna kick him off the team? It's really not that serious. Especially compared to a different developer. And I'm notably not saying names here, or like really showing anything. I'm just kind of coming into this as an unbiased third party. If you want to see the screenshots, they'll be on Balboa's channel. He's got like, he made like 10 videos in 40 seconds flat about it. But another developer said some crazy gooner shit. I believe involving a minor. They had said something involving CNC, which is like his kink or something. It's like consensual, non-consensual. It's some fucking foul shit. That person needs to be like taken out back like Old Yeller. They need to add like the gallows right here in the middle of the town and put his character model in him, because that is ridiculous. Those kind of people have no space on this platform. Get them gone, bro. Get them gone. It's fucking crazy. But on top of that, there's just been a general, as I'm understanding, sentiment from the community of just anger. The community is angry. They didn't really have a lot of sneak peeks or news about the game until it dropped legit today. And it's only got like, what, 15,000 players? Yeah, we're on Grow a Garden, buddy. Get the get the fuck out of here. We got better things to do. But yeah, I mean, the community was pissed because there are no sneak peeks. They didn't understand what was happening. They weren't happy with like the lack of transparency or communication. They thought the developers were lazy. And then the game randomly drops. This all kind of came to a head with Zookle, the community manager. I only know Zookle from Deep-Woken. And at least in Deep-Woken, he was always quick to like call out the moderators and the developers for being hypocritical or for not doing their jobs. So from what I understand, it's low-key lame as fuck that he's essentially doing the same thing as Deep Mods now, which is just making excuses and banning people who, you know, maybe they kind of tiptoed on breaking the rules like Balboa. Although I've actually... It's just frustrating, right, to be in Zookle's position. As a community manager myself, or I was a community manager for Rail Bros, there's not a whole lot of community to manage when the game is not public, or people aren't really playing. So most of the interactions you have are just people either complaining that the game is not out, or just making baseless claims about utter fucking nonsense, abysmal bullshit. And it gets really frustrating to deal with that. So I completely understand where Zookle's coming from. He was always relatively level-headed on Deep-Woken. He was always relatively fair. He would call people out when they were very openly hypocritical. So, I mean, in my experience, he sounds a pretty good guy. Like, it sounds like he'd be a good community manager. And then he essentially got aired out by Balboa. Zookle essentially did next to nothing wrong. I won't say next to nothing wrong. This is like a personality clash, right? It's a fucking battle of egos. They're just airing out their dirty laundry in public, where it's like, yeah, and then Zookle called me a stupid poopy head, and then I said, no, you. I know you are, but what am I? And then he fucking banned me. And then, like, it's all just a little bit nonsensical. And absolutely none of it, or next to none of it, is actually about the game or the develop. It seems like most of the drama videos are talking about how the content creators in Balboa are pissed at Zookle, and not, like, the egregious Diddy shit, and how the game is pretty much the same, buggy as fuck. I mean, in Create a Character, the literal rain particles were falling through the wall and the roof. Don't think that was required or intentional. It's just like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? There are better things to do. There are better things to talk about, like Deep Woken. Just go back to playing Deep Woken, guys. It's the summer of Deep Woken. Trust me, bro. I am not on Archmage's payroll. And yeah, that's really it. Weird developer, Diddy developer, and then they accuse Zookle of being hypocritical and biased, and then also they accuse him of, like, hoarding content, right? He makes content showing off specs and, like, shit that only he has as a member of the staff, which Balboa and the other content creators claim is, like, taking away work from them. Like, this is some kind of, like, 1920s fucking work strike. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Zookle had the plan and he set out, and now he's like the real Punchy of Rune Slayer. There's nothing you can do about that, nor is it worth even talking about. So I totally did this video to make like $5 so that I feel less bad about the Wingstop I'm about to demolish, and you should play Deep Woken.